What's up, everybody? Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault. Today we are going to talk about the art of aging well. Let's get to it. Make sure you watch the full video because I'm going to go over a lot of things and they all make sense because they all tie together. So make sure you watch the full video to get the full effect. And then remember to take action, because remember Newton's law that a body at rest stays at rest and a body in motion stays in motion unless a force is acted upon it. And what I mean when I say that is that if you are stagnant in your life or you're moving in the wrong direction of your life, the only way to correct that is to take action. We all want to age well, and there's several reasons for that. We want to look good, and that might sound vain, but it really does help our mental and physical health if we like what we see when we look in the mirror. It's also we be able to do the things that we love to do. For instance, like we want to do hiking or biking or running or sports, just exploring, be able to do those things. It helps to age well so that you're physically able to do those things. We also want just to be happy where we are in life as opposed to dwelling on the past. Like, it's very easy to slip in this thing like, oh, I was the homecoming king or queen in my high school, or I was a starting quarterback or the star goalie. It's not healthy to dwell on that, and it's not also healthy because I see people my age then will start to live that through their kids. If their kids are on a sports team, they start to live their life through that, and they push the kid because they're reliving their own life through that child, and that's not healthy at all. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad to go watch your child's sporting events. I think that's an awesome thing to do. I used to do it with my son, but it's not a good thing to live your life through them. You want to have your own life, and you want to be able to do things for you as well as doing things for them. And that's how you stay healthy, and that's how you age well. So let's get to the tips. The first tip is to switch to a whole foods plant-based diet. And I know that sounds tough, but hear me out. What this means is eliminating and reducing all animal products and processed foods. And I know we can't do that 100% for some of us, but you do as much as you can. I went vegan and I went cold turkey, and I was able to do that. I do eat some processed vegan food, but I try to eat as much whole food as I can, and I think that's really helped my health out tremendously over the last couple of years. So I could actually feel the benefit from it, and I know that you will too if you move in that direction. Now, if you can't go cold turkey, there are some options to do that. And one is, what you do is just kick out one day a week where you are eating as much as you can. You're eliminating animal products and you're eating as much non-processed food as you can. And you do that one day a week. And maybe it's Monday, so every Monday you do that. And then if you can get that down and then you feel that it's not so bad, then you can move on to maybe 2 days a week. So maybe you do Monday and Wednesday. You skip all animal products. You're not eating any meat. You're not drinking milk or any of that kind of stuff. And you concentrate on as much as you can eating whole food, and I always try to go organic if I can. If you could do that, then you're going to knock out 2 days a week. And then if you could do that and it's fine, then you go to 3 days and so on. And if you don't get the whole week, that's okay. If it's like 5 days a week you're eating healthy, and then the other 2 days a week you're eating animal products and processed food, then that's okay. You're getting closer, and your body is still going to react to that because you're eating healthy at least 5 days out of the week. As much as you can do, that's what you want to do. If you can't do it by day, then another way to try to do it is eliminate one animal product in your diet. So let's say you could eliminate beef. Beef has a lot of steroids in it, antibiotics. It has all sorts of saturated fat and a lot of bad stuff in it. And so if you eliminate, let's say, beef from your diet completely every day, and if that goes okay and you're okay with that, then maybe after a week or so you move to another one. Like maybe you take chicken or milk out, or cheese or something else out of your diet. And if that works well, then you move on to the next one. Maybe it's pork or fish or something, and you continue to move and take things out of your diet slowly, and that way you will become accustomed to not eating them down the road, and you can move more towards the whole foods plant-based diet. The main thing is to be mindful of what you put in your mouth and your body, and just know that everything that you eat either helps you age well or increases the pace of the aging process. So which one of those do you want to do? You have to ask yourself. I know which one I want to do. I want to age well, and I don't want to speed up the aging process. And so I am very mindful for what I put in my body, and that's not just plant foods versus animal foods, but it's also processed foods versus non-processed foods. So I try to go organic as much as I can. I do eat some processed stuff, and some processed stuff is organic, but what you want to do is at least think about what you're putting in your mouth. So instead of putting Doritos in your mouth that has a lot of processed junk in it, a lot of chemicals in it, there are a lot of organic chip varieties that are like Doritos that don't have all the chemicals in them, and that's what I'm talking about. So just be mindful about what you put in your mouth and your body, and you will help to age well in the future if you do that. The next tip is to get some sort of exercise, be active, something every day for like 30 minutes. That's all you have to do. I know a lot of people think that, oh, if I go to the gym, I got to go for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it is. You don't have to do that. You can even do all this in your own home. You can get some light dumbbells, and you can pull up some YouTube videos, and you can do this in your own home. 30 minutes a day is all you need. You don't need to really put in a lot of time. And I know some people will say they can't find 30 minutes in their day, but I challenge you, if you think that, go back and look at what you do. Write down everything that you do for a week, everything that you do in a week. Write it down, and I bet you'll find 30 minutes in there you can probably find to work out. And most of us watch a lot of TV, and I watch some TV myself, but I do carve out some of that TV time to go do something physically active. And the problem is so many of us actually become inactive as we age because we think, oh, well, I'm too old to do that, or I'm too old to that, and then we don't do anything. But I'm telling you, exercise is so much better than just sitting on the couch watching TV. So you want to make sure you do that. The other thing is, when you do work out, you want to mix it up. First of all, it's not so boring if you're just doing the same thing every day. You want to mix it up so you're not so bored. The second thing is you want to get different types of exercise in. So one is you want to get resistance exercise in. And that's like weightlifting or body lifting, like push-ups or pull-ups. And you want to do that because that slows down muscle atrophy. And because your muscles will atrophy as you age, they'll get smaller, that means. And what you want to do is make sure that your muscles are not doing that. So you want to make sure that you're working out so that your muscles are staying strong and healthy. The next thing you want to do is cardio, like running or biking. There's all sorts of stuff. You can play tennis, fast walking. All that is cardio. It helps to build a strong heart and lungs. Why is that so important? Well, your cells need nutrients in order to be healthy. And so they're going to age faster if they don't get that. Well, one thing is the heart is pumping blood. So if you eat healthy food, your heart is pumping that. Also, your lungs, you need to get oxygen in. So your lungs are getting the oxygen in. That's oxygenating, if I say that correctly, the blood. And then the blood needs to be able to be pumped through the body so it can nourish every cell in your body. And everything in your body is made up of cells that needs to be nourished by the heart and the lungs. So if you don't have a strong heart and lungs, you can't live, and you're going to age really fast, and you're going to die. So you want to make sure that you're doing cardio to keep your heart strong and healthy and your lungs strong and healthy. The next one is core, because core really helps balance and keeps you strong, your whole body strong, so you're able to do things, pick things up, move around. So core is very strong. That's strong ab work, doing strong abs, doing ab work, and that kind of stuff really helps. Just hold your whole body together, so make sure you're getting your ab work in, and you don't only need a couple of minutes a day, or let's say a couple of minutes every other day to get that in, so it doesn't have to be crazy. The next one would be stretching. I kind of combine stretching and balance together. You want to do those two. I do yoga. I do like a 5-minute yoga routine every day. That helps me keep stretched out and balanced. And with the core stretching and balance, it's going to keep you from slumping over. You see some people who are older, they're walking and they're slunched over like this, or I have a cane or a walker to get around. And what those things is going to help you, the core stretching and balance is going to keep you nice and straight and keep you flexible. I also see people who, as they get older, they can only pick their arm up this high. Well, you want to be able to pick up your arm that high even when you're in your 60s like I am, or 70s or 80s or 90s. So you want to make sure that you are nice and flexible. And so the only way you're going to be flexible is if you practice that every day. So practice that. Also, you want to make sure you get your balance too, because you don't want to fall. And you see those commercials, I know some people joke about it, but I've fallen and I can't get up. Two things. Number one, if you have strong balance, you're going to be able to get up. And if your muscles, you're doing resistance training and you're strong, and you're also doing flexibility, stretching exercises, then you're going to be able to get up if you fall. So you won't have the need to worry about having a device on you that says that needs to call someone because you fall and you can't get up. So that really will speed up the aging process too. So be able to get up and do things. You want to make sure you get your exercise in. And it's more important than anything else you're doing, because it doesn't matter if you're going to the office 80 hours a week if you die at 60 years old. You want to live your life. You only have one, so you want to have a good life. The next one is to get rid of stress in your life. And this can be a tough one because a lot of us stress a lot about things. A couple things. Number one, if you are surrounding yourself around negative people who are always complaining about things, you need to get out of that. You do become the 5 closest people that surround you, so you want to look at those 5 people and see if you really want to be like them. And if not, then you need to make a change. And that might be painful because you might have to change family members and friends, but it's something that you have to really truly think about, and you want to try to fill your life more with positive people who are happy with life and are moving places, doing things that they love, and that's going to help take stress off of you. Also, the next thing is to reduce the amount of news that you watch every day. I really have a problem with this because I do watch the news, but I do reduce it down a lot less. I watch it a lot less now than I used to, and it really does drive me crazy. Sometimes I'm watching the news, I'm like, I got to get rid of this. I'm just going to put on some positive video on YouTube about being positive and stress-free, and it makes me feel a lot better. And no one feels good once you watch the news. So you want to make sure you're getting rid of the news in your life. And one way to also get rid of stress is to practice mindfulness. Meditation really helps out. Being present in your life when you walk outside, take in what's surrounding you, smell the roses, look at the sun, feel the sun's warmth on you, as opposed to just thinking about, oh my God, I have to get back to the office and I got all this stuff that's stressing me out. The other thing is, speaking about the office, if your job is stressing you out, you need to change your job. You don't want to be stressed out. Your job, a lot of us are working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, or more. And if you're doing that and the job is stressing you out, then you need to make a change, and that's going to help you out. The other thing, last thing I would say about reducing stress is don't compare yourself to others, and especially looking at other people's social media and saying, oh, they're doing all these great things, but I'm not doing anything. Don't do that. They're only putting up the best things on social media, as they're not putting all the other things in their life that might be stressing them out. So as much as you can, try not to dwell on what other people are doing and comparing yourself to them, because that doesn't really help anything other than just putting a lot of stress on your body, and it's going to speed up the aging process, and you're not going to age well if that happens. The next tip is to stay hydrated. It's hydrated. Your cells need water, and if you're not giving your cells the water they need, then you're going to start shriveling up, and you are going to age very quickly. So you need to get that water in, because the water not only helps feed the cells for your skin and all that, but it also helps with organs in your body and everything else. So your liver is going to be damaged if it's not hydrated enough. Your kidneys are going to be damaged, and all that kind of stuff is just going to back up toxins in your body, and you're not going to age well. You're going to really speed up that aging process. Good way to get enough water in is to take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 2/3, and that gives you the ounces per day to start with. So for instance, if you're 150 pounds, you multiply that by 2/3, that gives you 100 ounces a day. And that's what you want to start with. And it sounds like a lot, but you definitely need it. And the way then what you do is you do that for about a week, and then you start really checking your urine. And I know that sounds a little weird, but you look at your urine, and if it's clear with a little bit of a yellow hue, then you are well hydrated and you're doing great. Don't change anything. If it's dark yellow, you need to add more water to your daily intake. And if it's brown, you need to really increase it. And if it's completely clear like water and there's no yellow hue, then you might want to back off a tiny bit, just slow it down. But most people are going to fall on the underhydrated than overhydrated portion, though. It's just going to happen. More people are going to fall into that category. So most people, I would say probably about 5% of the people are probably overhydrated. So I wouldn't worry about that as much as I would worry about being underhydrated. And the last tip that I have is to make sure that you're getting your 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. And they talk about beauty sleep. It is so true, and it's going to help you age well as opposed to aging you quickly. You don't want to age quickly. So get your 7 to 8 hours in a day, and try to stay away from people who brag about getting so little sleep. Oh, I'm really tough. You know, I work 100 hours a day, and then I do this, and I do that. Yeah, I only need 3 hours of sleep a day because that's all I need. I mean, all that kind of stuff is not going to help you out, and you're going to age very quickly if that's how you're living your life. So don't brag about it. Don't listen to people who are bragging about it. You want to listen to people who are bragging about getting their 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep in a day. That's the good thing. That's where you want to be. Those people actually have it right. And one of the ways to get to that is to try to go to bed and wake up the same time every morning. For most of us, we can probably do this. So I am a late night person, so I go to bed between 11 and 12 o'clock every night, but then I wake up around 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, and I can do that. If you have a job, though, that you have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you got to back it up and you have to go to bed so you get your 8 hours in. I do recommend more 8 than 7, but if you can get in between 7 to 8 and that's all you can do, then that's all you can do. And that's all I have for this video. And if you have any thoughts or any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will meet you down there shortly. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell notification. That way you'll be notified every time I put out a healthy living video. And if you know anybody who can use healthy living videos like this one, make sure you share the video and the channel with them so they can join in all the fun. And for more tips on how to live a happier, healthier life, 2 videos are going to pop up any moment. You can click on any of those videos and you can continue your happy, healthy living journey. And I will see you all next time.